Hello, what's good everyone? I'm Liam and welcome to the very first edition of the Niche Game Review, a weekly series where I'll find a random niche indie game off Steam, I'll stream it for a couple of hours, and then I'll give my impressions on what I think of it and whether I think that you'll enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be notified when the next Niche Game Review comes out. This is a passion project of mine, so every like or subscription means the world and drives me to bring better quality, more videos, more reviews, and more games. If there's a niche game that you know, please put it in the comments and I'll check it out. There's hundreds of games on that list, thousands, and I'll never get through it. So if you drop a game that you know down, I'll make sure I play it, and who knows, I might find a new favourite. Enjoy the video. When I get home from work or whatever I'm doing in the day, there's literally nothing better than throwing my comfies on and getting stuck into some gaming. And as a PC gamer, I've got this huge world of niche indie games open to me on Steam. All I've got to do is go on the Steam new indie releases, and there's literally hundreds released in the last month. There's multiple released every day. And when I look through them, a huge proportion have little to no reviews, which makes me assume they've got little to no players. So, the plan. When I've got some spare time, I'm going to hop on Steam, look at the new indie releases, and I'll see what takes my fancy. I'm not going to discriminate on style or genre. Shit, I'll even pick a couple of games that look proper awful. I'll then add them to my Steam wishlist, and then once a week I'll do a 2-hour stream on twitch.tv/CDLiam. I'll then give you my impressions, my opinions, and my overall rating. For all I know, we might end up playing a load of crap games, but who knows, literally, we might end up finding the next hidden gem, the next big game, who knows, it could be anything. Anyway, let's talk about the reason you're watching this video, the game.
Time to play the game!
For this first special edition of the Niche Game Review, I thought I'd pick a game that's not so niche and is kind of already blowing up, per se. With only 70 Steam reviews and 7 people streaming it at the time of recording, I'd definitely call Schoolboy Runaway that category of niche that we're looking for, even if it does already have a few videos on YouTube with quite high views. Schoolboy Runaway is an escape room style puzzle game developed by the company Linked Squad, a Russian dev team who seem to have made some already quite popular games like Metal or Joker Room. The game was released on Steam in December 2024, but after some research I've got a feeling that might just be the English version. I think the Russian version was released maybe 6 months earlier, and there is definitely an Android and iPhone version that was released in mid-2024 called Schoolboy Runaway Stealth. The game apparently has an Act 2 and 3 in the works as well, but after some research I couldn't really find anything on that. When I searched for Act 2 specifically, I found some amazing looking knockoffs, even one based in a high school with some top-notch AI voice acting. It's actually a full game, it didn't look that bad.
Damned teacher. I have to return back through the vent as soon as possible.
Are you studying? Okay, I'll leave you to it.
I know there's a locker in the teacher's office that I can open with a nail gun. But how do I distract her?
Sneakiest.
If there is an Act 2 and 3 on the way, I'm sure Link Squad will provide an update at some point. The premise of the game is simple. You play as Andriy, or Andrew for the English speakers. Andrew wants to go play with his friends, which is normal, most kids want to do that. The only problem is his report card is terrible. His parents won't let him go out, and his parents seem quite horrible by the way, but we'll touch on that later. But we were all kids once, and when I was a kid, I know the worst thing I could think of was studying, so Andrew wants to do what I would want to do. He wants to go and play out with his friends, so we're busting out of this joint one way or another. So that's it. It's a really simple premise, but if the solution was that simple, it wouldn't really be a puzzle game, would it? To break out, you must sneak around the house, finding items and clues that will help you get out. You have to sneak around your dad, who is doing the most stereotypical old school dad thing, by the way, which is watching the game and complaining. Right. I'm sneaking into this Muppet's room. He's too busy screaming at the fucking telly. He doesn't know what's going on. Oh, shit. Oh, he's watching hockey. As well as your mum, who's doing the most old school mum thing, which is stood in the kitchen cooking dinner. There are multiple ways to distract your parents. You can ring the doorbell so your mum goes outside for 90 seconds or so, meaning that you can get in the kitchen and raid the cupboards and see if there's any kind of clues or anything like that. Or you can distract your dad by sending him a raunchy text, which in my opinion, he's very quick to reply to. And if you reply to him a few times, he's willing to cheat on your mum pretty easily. So yeah, your dad's a bit of a dick. But if these methods don't work and your parents catch on that you're trying to escape, they'll chase you, angry music will start playing, your dad will strangle you, and your mum will literally bitch slap you. And once they've slapped you around a little bit, they'll drag you back into your room and you have to carry on studying. If you don't get caught, you'll eventually find enough clues and items to break out the house, or so you should. I played this game on stream for 2 hours, and I never found an ending that didn't include Dad beating the fuck out of me with a belt, which is considered an official ending as well. The game does give you 3 hints to get out, but they're just yellow squares that are aimed at things to distract your parents, like for example, the first yellow square is pointed at the doorbell to distract your mum. But it doesn't actually give you an example of how to utilize the hint. So for example, it will tell you to ring the doorbell, but it won't let you know essentially that you have to raid the cupboards or turn the extractor fan hood off to fill the room with smoke so your mum opens the window. It's one thing that could be improved, but I do know that hardcore puzzle gamers hate that kind of hand holding, so I won't hold it against the game. And obviously the objective is to make it difficult. At the end of the day, it's a house with 6 rooms and that's the whole map. Surely with enough time, anyone can figure out how to escape. But in the 2 hours I streamed it, I just couldn't figure it out. And that was with people in chat helping me on stream. The likelihood is that I'm just an idiot. But in my case, I definitely would have appreciated some help. I was only playing on normal and it goes all the way up to challenging. So you think at normal, it would maybe give you a little bit more help. One good thing is that you get 3 attempts to escape. So if you do get caught the first time, your mum will just drag you into the kitchen and have you mopping these horribly dirty floors. Like honestly, how are they so dirty? Or your dad will have you outside running laps while he pisses on the wall. Bro, there's a toilet inside the house. Why are you pissing on the wall? Once you've done your chore, you get sent back to your room and you get to keep the items that you found already, which does definitely make things a bit easier. But if you do get caught 3 times, that's how you end up with ending 1, which I'm oh so familiar with. It's the ending where your dad has you bent over and he's beating the shit out of you with a belt. Lovely.
Wasn't I told you?
Fucking hell, man, they're beating the shit out of me. In total, there are 8 ways to escape the house and to end the game. Some of them are easy to achieve, some of them are a little bit more complicated, but most of them are essentially happy endings. You escape the house, you get to play with your friends. Buzzing. But there are a few endings that definitely get a little bit weird. This next bit will cover some lore and secrets, so if you want to figure these things out for yourself, probably best to skip to the end of the chapter. But if you want to hear these things, stick around and we'll go through them. So, as I was saying, there are multiple endings to the game, and about 5 of them end with you going to play with your mates. Happy days, we're buzzing. But a few of them are quite odd though. For example, one ending, you swim away in the lake until you kind of just drown, which is, you know, fun, I guess. Another ending, you just kind of run off the map until you spawn in like a back rooms with some symbiote looking thing chasing you, and then all of a sudden it grabs you and then you wake up in your room, and like Biggie said,
It was all a dream!
This next ending though is probably the weirdest and definitely has the most lore attached to it. If you log onto Andrew's computer using his super hard to crack password, you can do a few things on it. You can text your dad some raunchy messages, which he's very happy to oblige with. You can go on the Link Squad YouTube channel, and then there's one where you can play a game called Metal. Now Metal is actually a real game produced by Link Squad in 2020. In Metal, the premise is weirdly similar to Schoolboy. The only difference is instead of escaping from your parents' house, you're escaping from a crazed maniac's house who's trying to kill you. So on Andrew's computer, you can basically play through the whole game of Metal, which I think is really cool. It's essentially 2 games in one. But as you progress through Schoolboy, these weird little Easter eggs pop up here and there that do reference the potential that Schoolboy is actually in the same universe as Metal. Maybe in the same town as Metal. Maybe in the same street. When you find all the wooden planks and are able to go into the attic of the house, you find this weird newspaper clipping of a missing person. Now, newspaper clippings can appear anywhere in life, of course, but the fact that not many objects are actually interactable in this game does definitely make it weird and definitely makes it not a coincidence. The weirdest coincidence though is that in one ending you can escape the house, but in the distance you see a fisherman, and as you get closer to the fisherman, he gets up and starts to run away, eventually running into his house. This is weird, but you know it's not that weird. Like if it was me and I was fishing and some kid started sprinting up to me, I'd be like, fuck this too, and I'd run in. That is creepy as shit, man. What is weird though, is if you go into free camera, which I have no idea how the guy in this video managed to do by the way, and follow him into the house is empty of course, because you're not supposed to be going in there, it's not an enterable zone, you free camera'd your way in. But if you cross-reference this room with the room in the game Metal, the wall layout is very similar, weirdly similar. And if you look at the fisherman's model, it's actually a maniac skin available in Metal to play. So there are theories that this fisherman is the maniac killer from Metal and he would bring people to his house and kill them, and the newspaper clipping in the attic is from a missing person that the fisherman killed. For a $4.99 game, that is a weird lot of lore. It's fucking cool though, I'll tell you that. So, overall thoughts. The game is currently $4.99 on Steam, and honestly, it does play like that. It's got that mobile game feeling to it where the controls are clunky and your parents' AI isn't actually that great. Right at the end of my stream, I rang the doorbell and my mum went to it, which then triggered my dad to get up and start looking for me because he thought I made the sound. Wait, what? How did he hear me? And another time, a viewer tricked me into turning the TV off when my dad went for a piss, which of course caused my dad to strangle me. But then in the next round, my dad said, "Who turned the TV on?" and strangled me again. Bro, you turned the TV on. Overall though, I did enjoy playing it. The 2 hours on my stream flew by, even if I couldn't figure out what the fuck I was doing and how to actually get out of there with help. It kind of took me back to playing games like Half-Life 2 and San Andreas when I was younger. Obviously in gameplay it couldn't be more different than them two games, but just the vibe of it gave me that nostalgic feeling. I liked it so much I even played it off stream just so I could escape, which I was able to do this time, but it was after I'd done my research and I knew the endings and how to get out, so you know, kinda cheating, but hey, I had fun. For the price, I would 100% recommend playing it. The best way to put it is it's a few quid for a few hours of fun. And given the fact it's $4.99 and has all this lore and these secrets is just insane. I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10 for a niche game, and I think you should give it a go and let me know what you think. It's genuinely fun. So that's it. It's a good game for a few quid. I had a few hours of fun and I think you would too. So thanks for watching, and like I said at the beginning of the video, please like and subscribe if you want to be notified for the next episode of the Niche Game Review. If you enjoyed this video, why not check out another Niche Game Review? Wait, you can't. This is the first one. But this YouTube channel's been going for a while. I do have lots of Let's Play style content, and I do stream 3 times a week, so please feel free to watch another video or tune into my YouTube channel or watch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/CDLiam when I'm next live. We have a laugh for a couple hours. I'm sure you'll find it fun. And make sure you comment down below what you think of this game.